What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily. We have a couple of news stories for you and literally a couple of questions. Pretty slow news day and question day overall. If you have questions, leave them in the comments down below with the word question. I will answer it in tomorrow's video. With that said, let's jump into the tech news. Our first story of the day is about the Microsoft Surface Duo 2 and the case that a lot of people want. I know I want this, but it seems like it's going to come out later than we thought, and we get some details on it and pricing and release date. Let's jump into it. This is coming from Windows Central. As you can see from the headline, they're saying that the Surface Duo 2 pen cover that recharges the Slim Pen 2 is going to cost $65, and it's going to be arriving on November 15th. It's a hard shell cover and case, and basically in the brief time that they said that they used the pen cover, they were impressed with it. It has a textured feel and seems more resistant to fingerprints, making it ideal for the Obsidian Surface Duo 2. When installed, it made the Surface Duo 2 feel more substantial and easier to handle while also blending in nicely with the device's curves. The pen sticks very firmly to the cover, making it very likely to survive being put into your pockets, which is ideal. It should be noted you won't need the cover for the pen to stick to the Surface Duo 2, only to stick and recharge while offering more protection. And this is what it's going to look like when you use it and you have it all hooked up. And then here's some photos. It's going to be a 3-piece cover on that if you buy it. So you'll stick one part at the top, the other part at the bottom, and then the other part on the other half of the phone, basically. And it comes in white and black, like I said. Here is the page that you'll be able to order it from. It says coming soon. It doesn't say exactly when you'll be able to order it. I assume probably in the next couple weeks or so, or a few weeks, but ultimately $65, November 15th release date. So if you've been waiting on this case, you're gonna have to wait a little bit, unfortunately. Next up is about the Galaxy Z Fold 3. We have a story where it has caught on fire, AKA like blown up, and we have video of it and everything. And there's some, devil in the details for this, so before you jump and get all crazy, I don't think this is gonna happen to everybody's phone. I think there's a reason behind this, but it's just interesting to actually see this. So without further ado, let's jump into this story. So this tweet is coming from Chad Christensen, and he said that the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3, this is his, blew up on him when he was getting ready to box it up. He had to throw it in the garage. Definitely had some integrity damage, and we'll get into that in a moment. Can you imagine if it did this in shipping? And we also show the video in a moment, but basically puts another tweet out saying, for the record, this phone, which I just came back from a Samsung repair center where they said to just mail it in for the replacement, fell off a bike a week or so ago. I am sure it had integrity damage which caused this. I don't suspect this is a Note 7 type issue. And then someone else asked a question about, was it, the incident? And he said, yeah, it took a nasty spill off his bike a week ago. So that's why I think it must have had some integrity issues with it from the fall. So again, this is like the video of it basically on fire, catching up, smoking up. Again, it's not going to be a widespread issue, at least hopefully it won't be, but it is something crazy that his phone basically fell off the bike and something internally happened and now it caught on fire. That's pretty wild. I mean, you would hope that your phone falling off a bike or anywhere else wouldn't cause such an issue. I mean, you think about this. If he had shipped this out and this had happened just randomly, because most deliveries happen by plane, some by ground, but imagine it happened by plane. It's going to catch on fire within that delivery plane. It's pretty scary stuff when that kind of stuff happens, and it's interesting to see, like, how could that have all caught on fire? I mean, obviously it was probably the battery that caused the issue of the fire, but what do you guys think? That'll be your question of the day. What do you think actually made that thing catch on fire? Besides it actually falling on the ground, like what internally made that happen? Let me know. With that said, guys, let's get into the Q&A portion of the video and drop that. First question comes from Life Crazy saying, S21 Ultra keeps on randomly turning off by itself after the beta update. Does anyone have the same problem? I have that phone. It hasn't happened to me. I did a Google search on Reddit and everything else. I didn't see anyone else having that update. Doesn't mean you're the only one, but it seems like it's definitely not a widespread issue. If I were you, it's tough. Besides just obviously getting off the beta and going back to the regular thing, I would hope it's just some kind of app that's causing this kind of crash and forcing of the phone to restart that's not compatible with beta. Try to see if it's an app that you have running all the time that might possibly be causing that issue, but I couldn't find anything concrete that would be causing that issue. So unfortunately, I don't know. Next question comes from New York's Finest. Do you think the new Fold that comes out next year will have the features of the Note phone or new S22 Ultra with all the S Pen Bluetooth features? And will it be priced around the new Note or S22 Ultra? Or will it be a few $100s more? Do you think it will break the $2,000 mark and price themselves out of the market? Will the new Fold have the S22 cameras? I think if the Fold has all the features of the S22 Ultra and the new Note, if the Note comes out next year, that I may end up getting it because it has the best of both worlds. I think, so to answer your question, will the Z Fold 4 have S Pen support that has Bluetooth? Yes, I think it will. I think that's a given. They kind of have to have it, I think, to compete with the rest of their phones. And the cameras, I don't know. I mean, we've had these phones for the last couple of years, and they really haven't been the same cameras that have been in their flagship phones. So I'm hesitant to say yes, we will see that, even though I'm saying that the S Pen will have the flagship features of Bluetooth in there. I think that's easier to reproduce rather than them putting flagship cameras in this and pushing that price back up. I really think they want to get this price down. So that's why I think, and I wouldn't be surprised that if we might potentially see two versions of this phone. We might see a version like this, which is pretty specced out and really nice, and that would be the Z Fold 4. And then we see like a Z Fold 4 Pro that does have the flagship cameras and does have maybe a bigger display and some of the other features that people want. That's the only way I see that happening. But ultimately, I think that this price of this phone, I think the lowest this will ever get in terms of it getting to a price point where it's almost competitive with their candy bar phones, would probably be about $1,500. And then I think their flagship version of this phone would probably be $1,800 to $2,000 and continue on with that. But I actually think we'll see another price drop next year with these phones. But I don't know, I'm hoping for the best. I would really like to see the flagship of everything with these phones next year. And our last question comes from the Socks Amazing channel. I recently dropped my Z Fold 3 on dirt. I know, stupid me. And I'm just wondering if the Z Fold 3 normally makes the slightest brushing sound while opening or slow closing the device, like in a dead silent room. Do you hear bristles rubbing, or am I out of luck? I heard crunching for a bit, but it went away. I kind of had this question, I don't know if it was you or somebody else, but put that right next to my microphone. I mean, I can hear a little bit of a sound, but nothing crazy. It's like crunching sound, but nothing like, I don't hear bristles. So you might be out of luck with having dirt or something inside of your phone. But remember, you do have a warranty, the free warranty, at least hopefully you do, through Samsung. So potentially you could get that warrantied out or just kind of live with it until you get a new phone. But I don't seemingly have a Brussels, type brushing or any kind of weird loud noise when I'm opening and closing the phone. If you guys do, put it in the comments down below. Well, guys, remember, I love your questions, so shoot them in. They don't have to be about Samsung. They could be about Apple or Surface Duo or any other device. It could be like, hey, which TV should I buy? And I'll give you my thoughts. It could be anything. So leave it in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.